Hello, today we're continuing with simple interest, and this time we're looking at making repayments. So if you borrow money, you will eventually have to pay back the money. That's how loans work. So repayments are periodic bills to pay back your debt. So by periodic, I mean it might happen every month or every fortnight. You're making a periodic payment to repay that debt that you've got. So to calculate a simple interest repayment, you got to do three things. The first thing, you got to work out how much interest is owed. The second thing, work out the total amount you need to repay in total. And then finally, divide that total amount by how many repayments there are going to be. Let's look at an example. So Julie plans to borrow $1,500 to buy a new iPhone. The bank will charge an interest rate of 5% per year for 8 years. What would her monthly repayments be for this loan? So the first thing we've got to do is calculate our interest. So we've got our P, our R, and our T, and then we put that into the formula. So 1,500 times 0.05 times 8 will give you $600. So that's the interest that she's earned on this loan. The next thing, we need to work out what's the total she needs to pay back. Well, she borrowed $1,500. That account earned $600 interest, so in total, she'll need to pay back $2,100. Now, the question said she's making monthly repayments. So we need to ask ourselves, well, how many months are there in 8 years? So to do this, we're just going to go, okay, well, 8 years times 12 months is 96 months. So this means we're going to make 96 repayments. We're going to make 96 individual payments over these months to pay back the loan. So the monthly repayment is going to be the total amount we owe, $2,100, divided by 96 months. And rounded to two decimal places, this will give us $21.88 per month. Let's look at another example here. Steve plans to borrow $24,000 to buy a car at an interest rate of 8% per annum. And this is going to be over 12 years. What would his weekly repayments be for this loan? So again, first thing we want to do is work out our principal, our rate, and our time. We want to put that into the formula, and we multiply that all out, we get $23,040 in interest. Now, just on a side note, that's a really scary number. He's nearly earned as much interest as he paid for the car because of the high interest rate. So just be careful if you're ever buying a car, look at the interest rate of the loan because you might be in Steve's situation. So if we take this $23,040 and we add it to the original $24,000 he borrowed for the car, he needs to pay back $47,040. Now, he's going to be making weekly payments over 12 years. So again, how many weeks are there in 12 years? So 12 times 52 weeks in a year will give us 624 weeks, or 624 repayments. So the weekly repayment he's going to have to make is $47,040 divided by 624 weeks is rounded to $75.38 per week. So poor Steve is going to have to pay a lot of money every week just to keep this car. So I would advise him not to go with this loan. Okie dokie, hopefully that makes sense. So first of all, calculate your interest, work out the total amount you need to pay back, and then just divide it by how many repayments there are going to be in total. And this is how you work out your monthly repayments. Now this is for simple interest only. Compound interest, which we'll look at another day, is a bit trickier, but for simple interest, nice and straightforward. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day.